Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Guns Locked. Right here, we're looking at the Guns Locked Instagram. Right now, we're sitting at 1,200 followers. Shout out to everyone who's following right now. Make sure to go follow us if you are not following already. A lot of people did enjoy the little Photoshop series, especially on Instagram. Shout out to everyone who enjoyed that, but we are back on Dread Reviews. But if you're not following Guns Locked on Instagram, make sure to go follow it. And that'll just keep you updated on everything that's going to be posted on this channel, and also just some really cool posts. And if you have dreadlocks or anything like that, if you want promo or shout outs, just make sure to go follow the Instagram so you can get shout outs, promo, whatever. Now, the shout out for today goes to Tanner Kelly O on Instagram. He also has some dreadlocks, so you might want to go check him out. But if you do want to get a shout out in the next video, make sure to be quick to comment on any post and you'll get a shout out most likely. So be sure to go show some love. But lately, I've been getting so many requests on to do a dread review on Cooliecut, so we are actually going to be looking at his dreads today. And by the look at his feed and some of his pictures, it does look like he was a friend of XXXTentacion. You can see that he was hanging out with him a lot of the time. But let's go ahead and look at an earlier stage of his hair. So this is his hair right here. So we can look at his hair type first and foremost. His hair type is most likely a 3C, because you can see at the curls up here that his curl pattern is not too tight, but it's also not very loose. So we can definitely call his hair type a 3C. Easiest way to know that your hair type is in the 3s is that your hair is curly, but it's not to the point to where it's coiling up, and it's not straight enough to be wavy. So yeah, we're looking at probably a 3C type hair. But these are all just pictures before the dreadlocks and before he dyed his hair blue, which the blue is actually an interesting color, because we all do know that XXXTentacion actually had his dreadlocks blue at one point. Now this is the first picture on his feed with him actually with the twists. These aren't actually locked up yet, so we can only call them twists, but it does look like he has intentions of getting dreadlocks. The thing about his hair is that him twisting his hair to get dreadlocks, it's going to take a long time for it to actually lock up, because you can see that his hair is just kind of coiled up and they're not tight. They're very pointy at the ends, which I mean, that's very common, but typically at the ends you want to see coils, and that's what maturity looks like with dreadlocks. They start to coil up a little more. But we can easily say that the method he did choose to get his dreadlocks was twisting with gel, because I mean, if you look at all of his pictures, you can see that his hair is twisted. You can easily see that his hair is twisted. Now the color of his hair is actually really cool because it's super vibrant, and it's just a very pleasing color to look at, especially with how his hair is twisted like this. So I think his hair is going to look really good once it starts to mature. But the thing is, with his hair type, he's going to have to definitely keep up with maintenance a lot with twisting with gel if he wants to keep twisting. But one thing he can do, if you're in this stage and your hair looks like this, a good thing to do to speed up the process would be to actually crochet hook, and that would speed up the process of your hair locking up. Now, one thing to keep in mind as well is that he bleached his hair and dyed it blue before he did the twist. So that means that his hair could have even straightened out a little more from the bleach and gotten to like a wavy form versus the curls. And based on the way his dreadlocks look, I wouldn't really doubt that. You can see right here that his hair is still not maturing yet. I mean, he barely did put them in. You can't really expect any maturity yet. You can see some frizziness, and frizziness is definitely a sign of maturity, but you can still see that they are coiled, and coils is a sign of young dreadlocks. Moving up, we could see that there is some more maturity right here. You can see that they're shortening up, and the thing about dreadlocks is they start to shrink when they are maturing. So he could have done crochet hooking, or he just probably slowed down on his maintenance. But yeah, right here they're starting to look a little more mature than the pictures we've seen in the beginning. Here's another one. We can see that his roots are growing out a little more, and they do look a little fuzzy at the roots, and that just comes with new growth. You can see more of the frizziness at the roots in this picture as well. Here's a close-up we can look at. We can just still see that his hair is coiled up, and that's just because of immaturity from the dreads, but over time they will eventually lock up as long as he keeps up with it. Here's another closer picture, and still there's not really any more maturity. It's all just basically a little bit of frizz and still them coils, but I mean, overall they look really cool. Here's his most recent picture of his hair looking like this. It does also look like he has a taper on the sides, and I actually think that the dreads on top of his head are longer than the ones in the back, so that's interesting as well. As far as his hairstyles, we don't really see any hairstyles that he does wear, mostly just having his hair down, but I think it would actually look cool if he pulled it back or pulled it up or anything like that. But overall, what do you guys think about his hair? I think it looks really interesting. I think the color is really cool, and it's gonna look really awesome after his hair starts to mature a little more. But yeah, we'll even see if he keeps these or not. But yeah, I definitely would like to do an update on him later in the future after his hair starts to mature a little more. I know a lot of people did request this video, and I can see why his hair is actually really cool. But hey guys, other than that, make sure to go follow me on Instagram at GunsLocked, and be sure to comment on every photo so that you can get a shout out on one of the videos. Other than that, if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.